Well, hello and welcome back. Thanks for coming back. Today we're going to take a look at this rather nice Hyundai Santa Fe. It's from 2013. It's a 7-seater jacked up SUV and it's got a 2.2 litre diesel engine under the bonnet with a turbocharger, DCI direct injection. And in 2013 this was the top of the range Hyundai, and I do think that Santa Fe is a great name. You may disagree with me, but I do think it is a lovely sounding name. So this is the Hyundai Santa Fe top of the range model, and that name has continued in the next and current generation. Started off at about 1999 when they came up with the first incarnation, then came along the second one, and that did very well for them. This one, I think, to be honest, didn't do so well, certainly in the UK. In America, it did very, very well indeed. And I do like the look of it. Should we come and have a look at it? Let's have a nice slow pan down the side. And I think this colour really, really suits the car. It just, well, sets off the black accents and the trim all the way down the side. I think it really is a very, very good looking car. And I think the wheels, if you come and have a look at them, they're in that dark tint of silvery grey, and I think they look very, very nice indeed. And a good size without being too big, with, well, a decent tyre. They're not designed to go off-road, these cars, as we understand, but this one, if you come back to the back, is top of the range. I'm going to take you through it. And this one's got all-wheel drive. What does all-wheel drive mean? Well, it means what it says. It drives all 4 of the wheels, and there's even a diff lock on this car as well. So you could go that little bit of dirt tracking, but I don't think you should go off-road, shall we say. Let's have a look in the back. One of my favourite places on these type of cars, because a lot of people buy them for practicality, that raised driving position, that commanding driving position, and of course for this area. And again, one of the great things about this kind of car is you can just sit here in the shade, looking out at a great view, or perhaps if it's raining, or in the shade from the sun, as I've said. This one's got quite a good boot area, by the way, and it's got 7 seats, which I will show you in a moment. Obviously when the seats come up, there's not that much boot, so but you can carry 7 people. I'm going to get in the back of there so you can have a bit of a laugh while we're at it as well. Anyway, come on, let's go around the car. Let's have a look at the normal seating space for those 2 adults that might be sitting in the back, and talk a little bit about the quality of the car. Like I say, car from 2013, all this is soft touch. This one's got sunshades to keep you in that bit of, well, diplomatic privacy, or perhaps if you've got a child. This one's got electric windows. It's got heated seats on the back as well. Nice soft touch along here. That's in my driving position, and well, what can I say, very, very comfortable. The seat is slightly cut out. You've got your own air conditioning vent over here. This one's got a panoramic sunroof which actually opens as well. Not a bad looking car. Quality headlining, there's no doubt about that. And even this, because these tend to flap around if you have the window, but there's a reinforcement bar here and another one in the back, so I think even on a windy day with the window open, it probably doesn't annoy you that much. Really nice quality of seats, and often manufacturers skimp on the back, but to be fair, that is good quality. I like this kind of mat pocket. I think it looks a little bit more luxurious and very, very Mercedes-esque, should we say. Cut out in the seats, but as you can see, I don't need it. I'm almost 6 foot, so if you were probably 6'2", 6'3", no problem. Very nice cut out in the back of the seat, which gives you that under thigh, because often, again, that is what lacks on these cars. And a nice big armrest in the middle here, by the way. And somehow, yeah, there we go, 2 decent sized cup holders with a bottom support. I'm not going to say you're going to go off-roading with this. It might bounce around a bit, but certainly there is that little bit of practicality. And a lot of people like to have the armrest down, and it's quite wide, so if there's 2 passengers in the back, there's no problem. Or, of course, armrest up. If we go to the middle, well, there's not much of a hump in the middle, so the 3rd person, okay, and there's plenty of room under the seats. It's going to be a little bit cramped, don't get me wrong, but you could carry 3 people on those shorter distances. But in fairness to the brand, I think Hyundai, if you understand anything about cars, Hyundai and Kia are the same company. Kia is their sportier version and Hyundai is their more luxury and upmarket version. And yeah, there's no doubt about it that Hyundai came to the game a bit late. They started off many, many years ago making cheap cars, didn't they? Cheap practical cars. But they understood if they wanted to make money in cars, they were going to have to up the game. And this is one of their premium SUVs. And if you listen to that, good shunt. There's no doubt about it. Nice car. Let's get into the front of it and talk you through it. Again, we've got auto windows on all four windows. Nice cushion on the armrest. This is all soft touch as well. This one's got memory seats, so if there's two of you, you can select your memory. Obviously the windows, and also on and off on the back, and of course for security you can unlock the car from inside or outside, and the same on the passenger side. As we get into the driver's side, again, very, very luxurious and very, very comfortable seats. That's what I noticed when I first got into it. And again, plenty of under-thigh support. And of course, these seats being the top of the range are fully electric. So you can go back and you can go up and you can go down. You can adjust the back. And of course, you've got lumbar support as well. And it's multifunctional lumbar support. Not only does it do your back, but it brings in the side boosters as well. So it's quite nice, shall we say. Some of the little controls, you can dim the lights on the dashboard. This is if it's going downhill. It's got what we call hill descent control, and this one is the lock I was telling you about. So primarily this car is in two-wheel drive and it selects four-wheel drive automatically, but if you press that button it then locks in the rear wheels until the system decides that it's had enough. You've got an eco mode, lane departure and traction control as well. Not a bad car. Not a bad car at all. And a lot of things that break on cars are these vents, because people are always moving them around. And what I have noticed in the few days I've been driving around in it, they're very, very solid. And this plastic seems very, very strong. So if you are clipping a phone or a cup holder, those kind of things, I think it'll do the test of time. The steering wheel. Well, let's start it up. Push start, by the way, just over here. And the seat, as I'm going forward now, as you can see. And what you've got is a conventional set of dials, as we can see, and a very, very intuitive and easy steering wheel. You've got volume controls up and down, various modes to go from CD, radio, those kind of things. You can sync your phone to this car, answer the phone, hang up, mute it. On this side, you've got your cruise control. Very, very simple indeed. And you've also got this little button here with the steering wheel, not heated. It lightens the steering wheel. So if you are in town or manoeuvring, you can push that button and it lightens up the steering wheel. So some nice little touches. And I think a nice looking steering wheel, nicely leather wrapped, and the Boss feels quite nice. And there's a horn, listen to that. Quite a commanding horn, don't you think? Again, very, very Mercedes-esque. You've got a little LCD display which you can set to show your kilometers, your miles, the speed you're doing, the MPG, and of course it's telling us that the driver's door is open and the rear hatch is open. So a nice little feature if you've got kids with you in the car. Not a bad car at all. If I go round to the other side, and we'll let the cameraman get in and we'll talk you through what they call the centre stack. So I'll go around that way. Let's have a look. This car's also got keyless entry, by the way. That's the key. And I think it's quite a nice quality key, because a lot of these manufacturers do give you a cheap feeling key. And this is nice and glossy, and it's got a bit of weight to it as well. So that's quite nice. All that has to be is in your pocket or in the car or in your handbag, and you can start the car. Center stack. If you pop that on, up comes the radio, and there's all sorts of different controls and media. There's nav. And if we go down the center here, we've got a heated front screen, heated rear screen, air conditioning. This is the fast flow for the aircon, that's the external flow, air conditioning, etc., etc. Climate control and modules in there, manual temperatures, which is quite nice, isn't it? And then the main fan speed. Most people get in a car and just hit auto and let it do it for you. But a nice car and a very, very smooth car. Again, as we go to the dash, all of this is soft touch, pretty much everywhere where your hands are coming into contact, and there's quite a nice contrast there in the trims. Soft touch, nice little carbon fibre accents. Down in the centre here, automatic gearbox, as we can say. You can leave it to do its own stuff, or you can select and drive like a sports car if you wish. Auto hold if you're on a hill. An automatic handbrake that comes on and off. Heated seats on both sides. You can knock the parking sensors off. And again, there is a button to sort out the steering wheel. Two decent sized cup holders. And again, a very nice armrest. And it's got a nice bit of stitching down the side. So each person on each side knows exactly where they are. So you haven't got that fight when someone's doing this to you. But comfortable and sturdy. As we open it up, we've got a little cubby there, perhaps for a mobile phone. Nice big deep cubby and a little tray. Connectivity in there, so hook it up, and you've got a 12 volt here. So again, you can put an adapter in. You've got a cigarette ashtray, so you can put another adapter in. So plenty of opportunities to charge up your mobile phones and your laptops and all those kind of things. Nice dampered glove compartment, and quite a good size, by the way. But I'm impressed by the quality of that, but I always have. Over the last 15 years, I think Hyundai have upped their game, and they're up there with my favourite brands, which of course are Lexus, Toyota and Honda. And all Hyundais for the last quite a few years now have given a 5-year warranty, and their sister company Kia gives a 7-year warranty. So that tells you a lot, and they've got an awful lot of faith in their cars. Let's go and have a look at the more practicality in the back, shall we say. And I'm going to now drop those seats for you and see how easy it is. What you do basically is pull that lever, and if you watch carefully now, the whole seat actually falls, as we can see. Now, let's get this seat up. There we are. That's that one. And let's get our sunshades out, shall we say, and put them there, because you have to have sunshades, because of course everything in a hot climate is cooking, so we always carry lots and lots of sunshades. Now there are those seats, by the way. So do you want to have a good laugh now? There we go. I believe this is the easiest way to get in. So there we are. There's Mr. Paul sitting in the back, and you know what? The seat is very, very squishy and very, oh, don't crush me. Please don't crush me. I think, yeah, what can I say? 7 seats, yes, but 7 seats for real people? I don't think so. So I think, as in most of these cars, you find the seats are always down and people are using the boot space, shall we say. Anyway, there we are. Mr. Paul's going to clamber out. Maybe a little bit easier if you're that little bit younger, I'm not sure. But then you have to release this again and push it back, and then again to get it to the right height. But yeah, I think very good car for carrying 4 people, isn't it? That's what I'm saying. And that's when the seat is up, and as you can see, well, a couple of squashy bags, all right, there's a little bit of storage down there, but not a lot. But yeah, it's a 7-seater in name. I would leave it down and use it as boot space, I think. There we go. Fabulous car though, it really is. And if you're curious to know about its performance figures, this one, 2.2 litre turbo diesel, will do 0 to 60 in around about 9 seconds, which is quick enough. And will top out at about 130 miles an hour, which again, if you want to go faster than that, perhaps this is not the car for you. Perhaps you should be looking for a 911 Porsche or something like that. But a sensible, practical, fast enough MPG I've been achieving in the real world, driving around a town, a small city, a little bit of commute on the AB road, shall we say, averaging about 45 miles to the gallon. So that's somewhere around about 8 litres per 100 kilometres, and that's real world, not the manufacturer's figures, because we all understand they are complete and utter, well, rubbish. Shall we take it for a spin round the block? I'll go and get the door, and I'll get the cameraman in safely. But I do think the colour combination, nice tint on the back, these little bits of chrome, the chrome door handles, I think it's a very, very nice car. I really, really do. And bear in mind, it's 2013. This one's only done 43,000 kilometres, by the way, and had one owner from new. This car in Cyprus will retail at about 14,000 euros. So you're getting quite a lot of car for not that much money. Let's get the cameraman in, and then I'm going to go and get in the driving position, and I will get his seat belt on him and all those kind of things. He's going to show you the dashboard as I buckle him up. There we are. He's all buckled up. He's having a little laugh. We'll chuck him in now. There he is. Let's get in the car and let's take it for a little spin around the hills of Taller, because that's where we are. And I'm pretty sure you can see the view over there. Just out yonder is the blue Mediterranean Sea. So let's get it into drive and let's go and see just how smooth it is. And it is very, very smooth. If I've got a criticism, it is that the engine is a little bit rattly. And I would have thought that Hyundai would have put a little bit more sound deadening, a little bit of squishy foam to insulate the engine from the cabin. But in normal day-to-day use, if you're tootling around like most of these cars are around town centres, perhaps mounting the odd curb or two, it's a very, very sensible and very, very practical car. Absolutely wonderful car for driving around, shall we say. And like I say, the roads that we're on are not very good. You might feel or hear the odd undulation. Lots of building works are going on and lots of loose manholes and all those kind of things, but very, very smooth to drive. And like I say, it's got quite a good kick down, 2.2 litre turbo diesel engine, quite a lot of torque in there. So if you are going up a steep hill or perhaps you need to overtake something, give it a bit of a boot and she will pick up a skirt and move along at a fair pace, there's no doubt about it. So Hyundai Santa Fe from 2013. I think this one topped out around about 2016, 17, so ran for about 5 or 6 years. You don't see that many of them in the UK. It was a huge hit in the States, and again, a bit of a mishmash in and around Europe, shall we say, because of course it was quite an expensive car, and of course things like CO2 and road tax affect all of these vehicles. But like I say, it was primarily targeted at the American market, and it did very, very well indeed, there's no doubt about it. Let's join this main road and take you back up the hill, and of course we'll give it a bit of a boot and you will hear the engine. This is my only criticism of it. For a luxury SUV, I think it's a little bit loud when you ask it to perform. But other than that, very smooth, very light to drive, very, very easy to drive. There's no doubt about it. It could be that perfect car for you, competing against the likes of the Toyota RAV4, and of course the Mazda CX-5, and of course even the smaller Mercedes and BMWs, shall we say. But a great, great car, there's no doubt about it. Let's go for a twist up into the hills, shall we? But there you hear that groan of the engine again. That's my only criticism. But to be fair, cars from this era, 2013, 2014, an awful lot of them did use a 2.2 litre 4-cylinder diesel engine. Honda CR-V, for example, same sort of noise. I think you just get used to it, don't you? But that's my criticism of the car. It's fast enough, it picks up well enough, the gearbox is silky, silky smooth, the vibrations and undulations, they're all ironed out pretty well. The quality of the interior, I think, is exceptional, and I do like the look of the outside, and I do think for what it's designed to do, carry 4 people in luxury, perhaps on a damp day, in a little bit of snow, perhaps in a little bit of sand, I think this Hyundai Santa Fe has ticked all of the boxes. So, if you like what you see, hit the like, smash that subscribe. Please don't forget to keep on coming back for that little bit more of my complete and utter madness as I take you on my travels. And of course, if there's a car that you'd like me to review, drop it into the comments, and you never know, that car review may be coming very, very soon indeed, especially for you. And if you love the channel a little bit, why not go and hunt us down on the Buy Me a Coffee platform? All you've got to do is hunt it down on our About page. There is a link, or of course Google these magic words, Cars and Me, buy me a coffee. Up will come our landing page. You can choose to read that little bit more about us, and hopefully, fingers crossed, you will consider to gift us a virtual coffee or two. And we do thank you from the bottom of our two hearts. But I do think that this is a very, very good car indeed. I really do. Hyundai, like I said at the start, have come a long, long way, and now they are up there with Toyota, Honda and Mazda, and seen as those sub-premium brands. But one thing's for sure with these sub-premium brands is that they are very, very reliable indeed. This is a Korean car, and Korean cars now are considered as good as the Japanese cars, and of course that means that reliability is for sure. Like I say, if you buy a brand new Hyundai in most parts of the world, it comes with a 5-year warranty, but I wouldn't worry if you're buying one that's 7 years or 8 years old or even 10 years old. If it's in good condition and the interior has been well looked after and it's been serviced regularly, I promise you, you're not going to go far wrong with a Hyundai, a Lexus, a Toyota or a Honda or a Mazda, by the way. And hopefully coming soon, we'll be doing a review of a Mazda CX-5. Great views in uptown Tower. All that's missing is you. And please don't forget to come back and see us again and again. We're on a Monday, we're on a Wednesday, that was a hell of an insulation, by the way, and we're on a Friday, 10 a.m. Cyprus time. So hopefully you'll come back and join us again very, very soon indeed. Let's keep going back to where we started, and I think you're going to get a great view of the blue Mediterranean Sea. And I'm going to let the cameraman get out. He's going to dismount and take you on a nice slow walk around the exterior and show you just how nice a colour combination that this car is. See? Real life in downtown Cyprus. Digging out the drains is what they're doing, by the way. Getting ready for the floods when they come. You would have thought they'd have organised some kind of traffic control, but anyway, this is how it was done in olden times, and many things in Cyprus are very relaxed. And there's a Gumbaro with his bottle of water. We'll give him a thumbs up, shall we say, although he's growling at us. He's getting hot, you see, and that's the problem, isn't it? It's getting that little bit hot. But luckily for us, air conditioning, by the way, in this car is absolutely ice cold and very, very powerful indeed. It's able to chill this car down in literally a couple of minutes or so. So we're almost back to the little car park where we started, which is the Tower Amphitheatre, if you're curious to know. The cameraman's going to get out and he's going to take you on a nice slow walk around and perhaps show you one or two of the details on this car that he likes, because I think the front lights are nice and I like the rear lights, and I do like the chrome detailing and the door handles. So let's get out and let's go and have a look. There, it even plays a little tune to you, by the way, when you switch off the engine. Cameraman seems to be stuck in the car. Obviously the child locks or something are on. There we are, here he comes. And here's me again. But he's going to take you for a little walk around it, because I do think that it's got that very, very nice, what should we call it, mix of SUV and that little bit of je ne sais quoi, that little bit of sexiness on the car. And I do think it's a lovely, lovely car. I've been driving it for 2 or 3 days now. MPG is very good, performance is good. You've got that slightly elevated, commanding driving space. And I think it's a lovely, lovely car indeed. And I think from all angles, most people would agree that this has got it just about right. A nice, not too aggressive, but imposing front end, a beautiful side profile, the little flicks of the indicators in the mirrors, the little bits of chrome, as I was saying, and the chrome handles, the slightly off body colour wheels, the black cladding. I think that that is a very, very nice car indeed. So I'm going to say thanks for watching. If you like what you see, hit that like, smash that subscribe. Please don't forget to keep on coming back for that little bit more of my madness as I take you on my car adventures, buying them, selling them, finding them, repairing them, bodywork mechanics, You drop it in the comments, what do you want us to do? And that video is going to be coming very, very soon, especially for you. Thanks for watching, and we'll look forward to your company again very, very soon indeed.